Live from Appleton, it's APTV.
Welcome to APTV, episode 561 for Thursday, September 26th, 2024, and I am back.
This week we have Banter news updates, Lisa's Hobonichi picks, a contest winner, a new contest, plus some new ink that is coming soon.
Ooh.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
Did you know?
Yes.
While you were gone.
I knew I was gone.
I joined a car karaoke group. It's kind of one of these things,
That's funny.
just for something to do, some socializing with some other people. So it's a car karaoke group.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm not allowed to sing unless the car's in reverse.
Why?
I guess I'm the backup singer.
The backup singer. Great. That's cute. That's good. Super good job, honey.
Super good job.
So, Saturday, September 28th is National Good Neighbor Day. Do you know your neighbors?
We have some new neighbors.
We do have some new neighbors.
Moved in, yeah.
For a long time, we had nicknames for a couple of the houses on our block, like the Blair Witch House and Banshee Woman's House.
We never saw the guy. I mean, we've had two neighbors that have died. Like right next door neighbors, both of them have passed away at some point.
Yeah. But we really like the neighbors who live across the street.
Yeah.
And
except for all this construction they're doing on the morning.
Oh my gosh, yeah. This week they are tearing up his driveway, and we couldn't get out of our driveway.
No, we love them.
Yeah.
We're right in the corner.
Yeah, nice people. Sunday, September 29th is Confucius Day.
Ooh, does that mean we get to go to Confucius?
It's no longer
It's
Confucius.
no longer called It's my former favorite Chinese restaurant.
This day celebrates the life and teachings of the famous Chinese philosopher.
We have news.
We do. Tomorrow, Friday the 27th, is the Pelican Hub that we are hosting here at our store. So if you are registered for that, we will see you on Friday at 6:30.
6:30 p.m. Yeah, we're gonna close the store promptly at 5:30 so we can grab just something real quick for dinner. We'll reopen at 6:30. So if you do happen to come into town early, just be aware we are hoping
getting set up and trying to grab something.
Just going to grab something quick to eat. Yeah. So.
I wonder if Kevin will let us go in the back door.
I don't know. Maybe
we could sneak in. Also coming up,
cross price increases October 1st. So
this is a big one.
Yeah, Cross is actually moving to essentially what is a no discount policy, and that means everything that we used to be able to discount, we no longer can discount, and that's primarily the pen lines.
Right.
So the Century 2s, the Townsends,
the Wanderlust,
the Edge, the Wanderlust, and all that stuff. So those price increases are effective October 1st. So if there is a Cross on your list, or you were thinking about getting one as a gift maybe for Christmas,
grab it
the
soon.
time to do it is now before the increase goes up. So and it's at 20%.
Well, it's a 20% discount that is being removed, and going forward, some of the prices are also going up.
Yeah.
So for some pens, that is actually a bit of a jump.
It is a big of a jump, yeah. So that is coming up. I've got some vintage pens this week.
You always have vintage pens.
Well, not always.
Okay.
But I'm going to start out with something a little bit different.
Ooh, I like different.
So we have done some part slots before.
Not very often, though.
Not very often. I don't usually like to do it because you never know when you need a part, but sometimes there are parts that I'm never going to need. I'm never going to use. I don't focus in that area. I don't want them. They're just mucking up the works. So this week I'm going to have 2 lots of Japanese eyedropper pens from the 30s.
Okay.
So these are pretty much, most of these are ebonite. Some of them have 14 karat gold nibs. They're eyedropper with ink shut off.
It doesn't look like an eyedropper.
It is an eyedropper, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so all the Japanese eyedroppers usually have this ink shut off.
That's weird.
So that, just like your 823, your VAX
Right.
700, it will seal off the flow of ink.
Very cool.
But I have a bunch of these, and some of these are pretty cool. I mean, they're from the 30s. They're really kind of second and third tier brands. There's no pilots, platinums, or sailors in here. But, this one has an Irushi coated clip, black coated clip. Some of these do have Irushi on them, you can tell. And they're just interesting. So if you've ever wanted to play with repairing Japanese eyedroppers and replacing that cork seal, these are perfect pens for that.
So these are as is, unrestored, unpolished.
Yeah, look at this one.
Imperfect.
This one is oversized. It's got some blemishes to the Irushi.
But
Steel nib.
A good pen to practice.
Absolutely.
And risk destroying.
Yeah, but.
Which is what I would do.
This one here, if you restore this, look at this. Irushi coated clip. This is beautiful. This is a really, really nice looking pen with a gold nib.
And so why are you not restoring them?
It's not what I do, and I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pens. And
I can attest to that.
I just think these would be something that somebody else may be interested in. So they're all black. There's a little one here.
It's cute.
Which is kind of cute. This one actually has a replacement sailor nib in it, gold nib in it.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's those are going to go up. We're going to have 2 lots of those.
Part slots.
Part slots, essentially. I'm pretty sure there's no cracks in there, so these are restorable pens. They're good to use. Also this week, I'm going to have a couple more Skylines.
Okay.
Oliver Sharp Skylines. This one is adorable. It's blue. It has the most adorable imprint I've ever seen on a pen.
What's it say?
It says, "You are always in my heart, Eve."
Aw.
It's just something special. Nice 3-line imprint.
Always in my heart, Eve?
You are always in my heart,
comma.
You are always in my heart, Eve.
So from Eve.
From Eve.
To
It's
somebody.
from Eve.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully to. But this one has a visualated section.
Nice.
I've got another one here in green, which is a lovely color. Goes well with that gold. This one has a marked flexible nib. I wouldn't call it super flexible. It's reasonably.
Got a little bounce.
It's got a little bounce to it, but you don't see those as often. And let's see, I'll pull one more up here just for fun of it. We did a lot of Esterbrook's last week, and there's going to be a lot of Esterbrook's again this week.
Yes.
But here's a non-Esterbrook, obviously, Parker 45 Flighter, the stainless steel with the black ends, steel nib.
Such a cool nib.
It is. I love 45s. I love Flighters. Really a good pen. They post well. They're just such a nice, and with this stainless, it gives it a little bit extra weight. So it's a little bit heavier than your standard 45. So I've got that, and there are 15 other Esterbrook's that are going to come up, different colors, and there's going to be more the following week too, because I'm working on some of those.
Okay, so you are in batch Esterbrook mode.
Yeah, and I've got some really, really good ones. Very rare, pretty rare pens coming up. For those that know, Relief 90, I have a Relief 90 for sale.
Okay.
And a couple of $1.50 pens. So.
Since I am back from upstate New York, I was there for 12 days. I will publicly acknowledge.
You make it sound like a prison sentence. I was there for 12 days.
I came home early to help you.
I was at the internment camp.
My mother exhausted me. I went to help my mom declutter to get ready to downsize the house that she and my stepdad have lived in for 44 years. 5 kids, 4 grandkids have all been through there. And my mom, some of you may know, is a master seamstress. And there was a lot of fabric, a lot of... I was really mocking her for some of the 90s career clothes. And then I ended up bringing home a giant TJ Maxx bag full of clothes. Ton of fabric I brought back. So I don't think I got the decluttering thing down quite right.
Well, you helped her out.
I did.
You gave a lot of it to Lindsay. So
yes, and we gave a lot away. I did get to see a couple of my high school friends, so that was fun. But now that I'm back, you and Lindsay better watch out. I wanted to talk about some of the Hobonichi covers that are my personal favorites because I've been gone.
That we haven't already talked about. So this one is Sunny Beach. I like that one. That's a neat combination.
Yeah, so kind of like a warm sand and then dark turquoise.
Orangish almost.
Yeah, kind of a...
brownish orange.
This one is water candle. If I was going to choose a different one, I have a leather one from a couple of years ago that I really need to use. I would choose this one, water candle blue and orange. And if you know me, those are Syracuse
University
colors.
Yep.
But I just love that blue. It's kind of a periwinkle blue almost.
Yeah, periwinkle, right.
This one is Winter City also.
Oh, well, this one I love.
There's like a blue theme going on right now. So kind of a turquoise on the outside and a steel gray on the inside.
It's good looking. Good looking.
Pretty colors.
And this one's only available in the A5.
Okay.
You cannot get that color combination in the A6. So they did a lot of that this year. Normally it's the solid colors will have, there'll be 5 or 6 solid colors and they'll be the same in the A5 and the A6. And this year they went
either
a little
or
bit
for
different.
some of them.
Yeah.
This one is the Kaiko Shibata Emotional Reunion. This is just cute. Just really adorable. So I chose that. I was just feeling glad to be home. A little reunion.
Were you?
I was. The cats weren't sure what to do with me when I first got home.
That's the Unsodo.
The Unsodo.
Yeah.
This is called Fairy. Like a water fairy, I think. So really very pretty. And then I think of that as kind of gentle and soothing colors. But then on the inside, it's like, whoa, wake me up yellow. So you need that in the morning.
Yeah, no, I don't. I need a cup of coffee, and we'll get to that.
And nobody to talk to.
I've got one here. This is a possible contender here. This is a 5-year cover. This is the Mina Perhonen. If I pronounce this incorrectly, which I very well likely might. Anane. Essentially, it's cats.
Yeah.
Look at those. They're little cats. And we have a 5-year without a cover, so
yes,
this is potentially a great option for us.
Okay. Either that or the cats on toast.
That won't fit the...
You sure?
It won't fit the 5-year. It's a little tight.
We could try it.
We could try. It's got the nice kind of tan inside, single loop. This is available in 5-year only, in A5 and in A6, which of course this is. So.
And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, this current year for 2024, I am using a Han, which is a slightly harder cover. It's comes in the A5 and the A6, and it's the same as the Cousin or the Teicho, just in a harder cover. Oops. I like this slash, comes in a slash ivory and a slash navy with just a little, just kind of a plain cover and just a little gold slash. So I like that. And then I also picked the black gingham, which didn't want to stay in my hand. This one is a little different because the cover is not quite as hard. This one actually does flex a little. What I like about the Han is it comes with a pencil board inside.
And it's a pencil board I don't believe you can actually buy.
Right.
It's a transparent, it's a perfectly clear pencil board.
Yeah. So,
which they don't sell.
I like the Hans. I'm not doing a Han next year, but I do really enjoy the one that I have.
Okay. We got some non-Hobonichi accessories.
We do.
Which you might pair with your Hobonichi.
I would if I were you. So we do have some of our bookmarks. We've shown some of these before. We've got, and Lindsay will focus on these, the silver filigree heart. Coffee, totally my favorite. Brian loves.
Yeah,
the Cats in a Cup.
Cat in a Cup, yeah.
We do have in bronze and silver little pen nib, which is cool.
How cute to stick outside your journal.
And then this is the newest one, and we'll have another one in a couple weeks. This is a little, and again, Lindsay will show it in more detail, but a little daisy smiley face with a little rainbow enamel.
It's
just
really
absolutely adorable.
We got some pen loops.
We do.
So now most of the, if you have the covers, you've got the loops, but if you don't, or if you have another notebook.
These are, just like the Leuchtturm, these are self-adhesive. So, well, they're adhesive. They go onto the back cover, or the front cover, I suppose, of a notebook. And then they have a slightly larger pen loop, which is nice.
This is actually, this is a Schaefer Legacy Heritage, which is a fairly fat pen, fits in there.
So, lime green, brown, red, purple,
you can do it that
black.
way.
I think there might be one other color, I'm not sure. But just as a different option. All right, what else you got for a spotlight?
Okay, I got two, actually they're Sailor products.
Okay.
And we've talked about these before. The problem is we would talk about them, and then in the time it take to get to production on the podcast, we would sell them in the store. So and then this has gone on several iterations now. So
you're saying we've been teasing the podcast audience with, hey, look at this cool thing, and then we sell out before.
What I'm saying is there's going to be a horde of people on a bus stopping by this afternoon and buying all the rest of the Sailor Tuzus. So
A horde.
A horde, yes. Isn't that a grouping of? It's a flock of seagulls and a horde of pen collectors.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something.
So we're talking about the Tuzu, the Sailor
okay.
Tuzu. This is a phenomenal pen. I like this pen very, very much. Was so happy to see this. In the past, the Sailors had some steel nib pens that maybe I didn't think were the best.
Okay. Didn't live up to the Sailor.
They didn't really. I didn't think they did justice. This pen is awesome.
Okay.
So I first saw this pen. I had heard about it, and I first saw it in Chicago this year at the show. And this pen comes in 3 nib sizes: fine, medium, broad.
Okay.
The broad is outstanding. Outstanding. I love it. I love it so much.
It's fun to see you get excited about what is not a vintage
Yeah, this is. I mean, it's
pen with no nib.
It's nice to have another. Shut up. It's nice to have another alternative in that sub $50 category.
Agreed.
You know, because everybody's okay. Lamy Safari, Pilot Metropolitan. Okay, great. Now what? And so we have the Tuzu. And what's so cool about the Tuzu? Well, number one, this plastic is like bomb proof. It's thick. It's durable. I can't imagine it would ever break.
Can we run it over with a car and try it?
We could try it,
Okay.
yeah. But what's cool about this pen is, well, it does have a triangulated section. So in similar to the Lamy Safari. It's not quite as
It's not quite as pronounced.
it's quite as pronounced, thank you. But
Happy to help.
what you can do, what makes this cool, is there's this little trim ring here which unscrews. So if I unscrew that, now the section moves, and it moves in 10-degree increments. So
You can twist it.
you can twist it.
Oh,
So
funky.
if normally you wouldn't buy a Lamy Safari, say, because maybe you rotate your hand over the top of the section, now you can move it to where you want it to be.
So you can move that triangulation.
You can move it
to
all the way.
accommodate-
You can
That's funky.
you can do it upside down and get rid of it all completely.
That's weird.
If you don't want it, you can put it upside down.
That's very cool.
So it's really neat. It's not something you're not gonna change it every day. You're gonna set it once and you're gonna forget it.
Well, you could.
You could, I guess. But the nice thing is, for people who do have a grip that's maybe a little bit different,
Or lefties.
or lefties, this will accommodate you, and it's very, very super cool. Like I say, 10-degree increments. This pen comes with a converter.
Which is great,
Which is-
especially
yeah.
at this price point. So many don't.
Converter to 2 cartridges. It posts well. It's
Colors?
got a nice coated, plastic coated clip, which is with a spring clip. Black, gray,
Which
blue.
is kind of a purpley gray.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe a little.
I think it's kind of a gray.
Okay.
Blue, which is a limited edition color. There is a red, and my favorite color
The mint.
is the mint, the green, which is really super cool. And like I say, fine, medium, broad nibs. They do kind of have that Lamy look. They roll over and they slot in on those rails.
Very cool.
But nice snap cap. Really, really a great
Yeah.
pen under $50.
There is no question
Yeah.
whether or not this is sealed, which for me is I have an issue.
Yeah.
I try not to force it, but I do like to know when it's closed.
So really, really, really a solid pen. The other pen I want to talk about, as we've talked about before, of course, I love, this is really such a super neat idea. So this is the Hocoro, the Sailor Hocoro dip pen. This reminds me of the old Victorian, like your Victorian traveling dip pens.
Okay.
Because the nib
Funky.
goes in the holder and snaps into place when you're not using it. Otherwise, you just flip it around and it snaps into place. And this is This is a Fude, actually. You can buy a Sailor Fude nib for the price of. I mean, it's super inexpensive, and it's faceted so that it rests on the table. It won't roll, and then that also ensures that the nib unit goes in. There's only one way that it goes in because it's slotted on the bottom.
And so it's a dip pen, so there is no cartridge, there is no converter, which is why you can just pull this out,
If you're going to travel,
pop it in. Which
you
have
got to
to
line
get
it up.
I know. I should put my glasses on
You should
for
put
that.
your glasses on.
But it snaps, so you know it's in there. Yeah, really, really cool idea.
And they're good for lots of things. Obviously,
Ink testing.
but ink testing. I mean, a real super easy way to do that. So they come in fine, medium, Fude, which is this one, 1 millimeter and 2 millimeter stubs, with white or gray barrels. But you can also buy barrels separately, and in addition to white or gray, you can buy clear, which I think is super cool. A clear barrel separately. You can buy the nib unit separately, so you can buy the little box.
Okay.
And
This is funky.
All the nibs, so the 2 millimeter and the Fude all come with essentially a reservoir or a feed. And actually, we'll show it here. They automatically come with that. The fine, the medium, and the 1 millimeter don't come with the feed, so they're really, there's not much more ink that they're grabbing. But you can buy the feed separately and just snap it into place, which is really super nice. So
like Legos. For
you
pens.
can use it either way, but obviously the 2 millimeter and the Fude need a lot of ink, so they come standard with that little reservoir, they call it.
Really such a great idea to be able to customize what you want to do.
Yeah, it's a cool system. It's really a cool system. So, and then they also have a couple of now these are dip pen only. They call them Dipton ink, and so we've got a couple different colors of that. We've got the Ice Dance, Mellow Forest, and Coral Humming, and there's even some gift sets too. So,
Yeah.
but really cool if you're looking for something that's just
Different.
or
Very
you've got
different.
some ink that you don't want to put in a pen.
Yep.
Or maybe that's what you put your, you've got some shimmer ink and you're an artist. You can use the shimmer ink and then not have to worry about clogging up your pen. So
Exactly.
really a super cool item. We had a contest last week.
We did. I was not part
You
of
were
that.
not here. We couldn't come up with anything, so on the spot, it was coffee or tea. Since we did have, and I should mention this, we did talk about the Schaefer coffee.
Yes.
The 100, the coffee edition, and the VFM.
We have more of those coming in since we sold out.
And by the time the podcast aired, we had literally sold everything except for one pen. So I apologize for that, but there are more coming.
Okay.
But anyway, so I was inspired by that coffee or tea, which you are both, aren't you?
I like coffee in the morning and I like tea at night.
Tea at night. Okay.
Yes.
Nicholas Adams says, thanks, guys. Wouldn't be Thursday unless it's APTV. Me, coffee plus milk.
Awesome. Jess said, coffee. Every morning, oh, good girl, Jess. Every morning, my husband makes me the best cup of coffee in the world. Hot coffee with a splash of heavy whipping cream. Yes. And Torani sugar-free vanilla flavoring. We love that. We have that at home.
Yeah,
It's so good. And now I want one of those snazzy new coffee pens.
Brian Farrell says, black coffee in the morning, black tea in the afternoon. So sort of similar.
Karen Webster says, thanks, Brian, for all the help with the vintage Esterbrooks. They arrived and are as beautiful as you said. I like iced coffee and hot teas. Weird, I know. A special imported Christmas tea, jasmine and Moroccan mint, are my favorites.
Silver COT7 says, black coffee, 3 cups every morning. That sounds good. And love the Schaefer coffee fountain pen. The color and little coffee cup in the cap is so unique. It is
It's adorable.
It's really,
Absolutely.
For a special edition, they hit the nail on the head.
Anna, can't wait to see you on Friday, Anna. Anna Ozonian says, I drink coffee with whipping cream every morning. The only time I like tea is with Chinese food. I'm looking forward to meeting both you and Lisa in about a week. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Angela Harrison says, great episode, guys, even with the jokes. I couldn't resist.
3 of them.
I'm both coffee and tea, depending on the season. Spring means peppermint tea for allergies. Summer means super sweet southern iced tea. Fall means PSL, pumpkin spiced latte. Winter means a little coffee with a whole lot of peppermint mocha creamer. So, okay, well, that's
That's a lot of planning.
That's a lot of it.
Well, it's seasonal. I like that. Right. And the winner is Walt Huntsman. And Walt says, while I will drink tea, I am primarily a coffee drinker. Except for the occasional coffee drink, I drink it black and have since my mother gave me my first taste back when I was 4 years old. I'll be 68 in December, he says.
Did your parents ever say drinking coffee will stunt your growth?
Yes. Thanks for another entertaining episode. Those Schaefer pens look great. I may have to get one. I don't remember when my kids had their first taste of coffee. Neither one of them really liked it. It's early. Well, back in the day. But I think both of my kids now will drink coffee, but it has to be heavily doctored.
I will drink coffee as long as it's in complete silence. That's my only.
Brian is not a morning person,
and
he did enjoy the first couple days of my absence because
man.
Nobody was talking to him before he was properly caffeinated.
I went outside and listened to birds and the squirrels. It was wonderful. Glad to have you back. Congratulations, Walt. Please send an email to info@andersonpens.com. We'll take care of getting that $20 credit on your AP account. We have a new contest, a new survey.
I like this. Do you give pens as gifts, or do you only buy them for your own collection?
Yeah, I give pens as gifts.
To yourself?
Yeah, I got one this morning.
What?
Well, I was looking through the pens, and I decided one of these Japanese pens didn't make the cut. I was going to keep it, so.
Didn't make the cut to go? It made the cut to stay?
I liked it too much. It made the cut to stay.
As do so many of them.
So,
do you give pens as gifts or only buy them for your own collection? One commenter will be chosen at random by somebody on our team to win a $20 credit on his or her Anderson Pens account. I think I should choose this next week.
You want to choose?
I think I do. Coming soon.
3.
1, 2, 3.
New Iroshizuku colors.
Great.
Oh boy, here we go. Now, just to be clear, we did not receive an official pronunciation guide on this, so I think we got this one.
We're winging it.
Rika,
okay,
or Snow Crystal, is a soft winter blue. Sion Gyo, that's the tough one, I think. Spring Dawn, which is a rich dark red, I think that's going to be the winner there.
Well, I can do this one. Toro is Warm Lantern. It's a rich golden yellow.
So we got a blue, a red, and a yellow coming in, and there are going to be 3 of them, I think, have already been marked for discontinuation.
Okay.
But as long as they have stock, they'll still be available.
Yes. In fact, we just got a box.
So, yeah, and I can't exactly say, I was waiting to see the invoice to see if they actually had any of that to tell you which ones are gone. So,
not yet.
But we'll get around to that the next time when they come in.
Cool.
So, you got anything else?
That's it.
That's it. Thanks for joining us. Tune in next week for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
Check us out on social media as Anderson Pens, and please like this video, give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Thanks much.